You know what time it is. This is mymetmedia.com/listen Pops Radio. My name is Mikobi, aka Bomaye, and I got a special guest in the building today, Justin Great. You can hear it to the music. We vibing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Pops Radio. Chill. Yeah. You know what time it is. This is Pops Radio. Got a special guest in the building, Justin Great. How you doing, my brother?
My guy.
Man,
Thanks for having me, man.
Finally,
Appreciate
we got this locked in.
Yeah.
Crunch time.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know you, tell them a little bit. Who is Justin Great?
That's tough, man.
Such a great last name. No
yeah,
pun intended.
it's kind of something to live up to. I mean, I just feel like I'm a man with a vision, man. I feel like there's just so much inside of me that I want to get out, and kind of like I've lived by the philosophy of like, if you have the time, the talent, you know what I mean, and the means to be able to do something, I feel like you should do it. Like a lot of people are really weary to be like Renaissance
Absolutely.
men, and or women, whatever. It's like I really feel like you should be able to harness all those things if you can. And one thing that I've been afforded is the ability to have more time on my hands, some successes and things that have afforded me some means to be able to actually make this stuff happen. And I have a lot of passion. And so it's like I want to put that into to different ventures that will ultimately lead to an outcome, which is being an influence, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
On not only our generation, but the generations to come, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
that way, ultimately, we can actually make some changes in the world. And I really want to, create that platform through creative ventures and things. And so whether that means like my fashion collection, which I have, which is my namesake, so it's Justin Great. And then also to my music and things, which, I just started off making beats when I was young,
Yeah.
had some opportunities, grew that and made it into something where I've been afforded some cool opportunities to make some beats for some artists. And it's kind of like it's like a hobby for me.
Right,
And so it's
right.
like people have different things that they like doing in their spare time, and that's something that I just enjoy doing, and it just happens to make money too, you know what I mean?
Right,
And so
right.
oh, okay, I want to utilize music as an avenue as well. And so that, and then also to now my creative venture, Luxpiration, which is a creative and design house. We do photography, video, web, and graphic design, things like this. And that's an outlet and a platform that I want to grow and expand into being ultimately this just, massive creative design agency that's going to be able
Right.
to help the world visually and all the other various senses, you know what I mean? And
So definitely expanding on your horizons in many
Yeah.
ways, right?
Yeah.
Not really confining yourself to one thing. Like
Right.
right when the humans of this world are ready to
Yeah.
put you in a box, you kind of jump into another one, I guess,
Right.
in some sense.
Right.
Man, that's great. So you made mention of a lot of things. Music, fashion,
Yeah.
and obviously a few of your other ventures.
Right.
Which one of those three would you say take up most of your time? And then with that time, once you've invested it into that craft, which one, I guess, makes you feel most fulfilled?
Yeah. Oh man, it's tough because it varies by season.
Okay.
It's like, for instance, like putting together a fashion collection is like, it's top heavy because there's a lot of work that goes in the front work of that.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? But once it's released and it's out there,
It's-
at that point, I'm like,
You
okay.
relax. Yeah.
Yeah, now we can just send out orders to people and make
Absolutely.
sure that the customer is happy. But the upfront work is labor intensive, like where you're actually sitting there grinding, and I'm sitting there sewing. I'm really hands-on with my
Hands-on,
product. You know what I mean? Like I actually sit there and sew these pieces. I'm sitting there like putting the tags on myself. I'm sitting there doing this stuff. So, to bring it back around and answer your question, I feel very fulfilled when a project like that is done. The thing is like with music, it's like, okay, I can sit there and make a beat in like 5-10 minutes, you know what I mean? And it's a lot quicker process, and which fulfills me, you know what I mean? Because that is like a hobby for me. That's what I'm saying. And so it's like after you get done, like, going after on that run or whatever for somebody or whatever someone might do to relieve stress. It's like that is what that is for me. So the
Absolutely.
fulfillment, I think, at the highest level comes from doing things like that,
Mhm.
like just sitting there creating, making a beat or something like that. But the work part is definitely on the fashion side, and I think the Luxpiration project, because my company Luxpiration, like, it's just been growing. Like, we've been getting a lot of projects in, been a lot of corporate stuff, a lot of individual things and or personal, and the work is like kind of overwhelming. So we just like hired
Yeah.
a new team actually on board to kind of help manage this process, because it's just been a lot of work that's come in, and it's kind of hard to manage right now. So
Yeah, man. I mean, as we're going into a new year,
yeah,
you're definitely able to look back at some of the highs and the lows, because like you said, many things come in seasons, I believe.
yeah,
So talking about seasonal things, I know that from the grapevine, you got some gear that you're rocking
yeah,
right
man.
now, and there's some stuff that you're working on. So what's on the fashion side of things? How are
So
things?
I've been working this year really
Right.
hard on this second season. So
Okay.
put my first season out last year, full-fledged collection. It was about 150 pieces, women
Wow.
and men's,
Wow.
spring, summer, fall, winter.
Okay.
Really strong collection, is done very well, and I'm very grateful to everybody who has, purchased something and supported the movement. So now we're doing the second collection. I'm really excited about it because it's a little bit, more focused in. So it's not going to be as many pieces, both women and men's as well. Still,
Okay.
very street to high fashion oriented.
All right.
And then for this, we're gonna go ahead and do it big, and do a launch party for it.
Oh, okay.
And so
Okay.
get the city involved. The crazy thing is like I've lived in Denver, you know what I mean, all these years now. Like since I moved here, I haven't really gotten too involved in the scene here because I'm always on the coast. I'm always in New York or LA, doing stuff out there. And I was like, man, you know what? I really need to get involved, and, talking to various people, like encouraging me on that. And so now we're going to go ahead and do a big launch party release. And we're going to have the fashion there, where you can purchase it, where you can, take a look, but also to utilize that time as like a social mixer. Everyone just get all the creatives of the city together and
Right, right.
just vibe out. Yeah.
Nice. And
Yeah.
when can people expect to come to this?
So it's right now it's set for January 19th.
Okay.
January 19th, we're going to set the time at like 10 to 10:30, 11 o'clock, somewhere in there, just before everybody get ready to go out on the scene or whatever else. This can be your little pre-setup or whatever, if you will.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
And at the event itself, folks will be able to purchase some gear.
They'll be able to get the
view.
gear. Yep. So you'll
Okay.
have actually first access there at the party.
All right.
We'll also have Carl Carell DJing. He is a prominent force here in the Denver community, doing some awesome stuff with
Nice,
music.
nice.
We'll have him there. We're gonna have you there.
Hey.
You better.
If you're
be.
not there,
I mean,
don't be square. Top of
I
the
mean,
year,
like-
January 19th, man. Pops Radio, Justin Gray, Carl Corral.
yeah, we in there, man. I mean,
Man,
we're gonna have some
working.
dancers in there working it. You know what I mean? And dancing to some new music because I got the new album coming too.
Uh-huh.
So the new album, I dropped my first album, Fashion, last November, and the support has been super real, man. Like, man, people have shown love and been playing the music and giving me a lot of support. So I like when I first made that project, I actually more so used to just being on the beat side, but I was like, I'm gonna actually get out there and make a project. I sat there and did like 100 tracks
Jeez.
for that project because I was like just super in the zone.
Right,
What that did
right.
was that made the spillover of like all this music that I have not released yet. So like I really was like, okay, I'm gonna put out another album. So this album's coming like right after the party. So
Okay.
basically I'm thinking about February timeframe
Okay.
for a full official release, but we'll have some singles out ahead of that, and you'll be able to listen to some of that at the party as well.
Man, so I can see, I guess I can see how your brain works a bit. You're able to take a bit of all your ventures and pack it into this nicely packaged,
Yeah.
almost
'Cause-
gift almost. And
Because the thing is like to me, it's like it's a lot of overlap. Like people
Right.
like because like if I'm talking to someone, okay, these are all the ventures and things, and there's stuff I still haven't even mentioned in talking to you right now that
Hmm.
I'm doing. But the thing is to me, it's all like a creative expression. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if I'm doing photography stuff,
Like
for the
building blocks to the next
exactly.
thing, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's like it actually doesn't seem like it's like drastically different. It's not like I'm doing rocket science and then real estate. It's like
Right.
these are
Right.
all
Right.
like kind of honing in on the same
Hmm.
kind of
And
feel.
so I mean, you made mention of being from the coast and stuff. So take us a little bit through your journey, because as I listened to Fashion, which dropped
Yeah.
last year, but you can still go get on Apple
Yeah,
Music,
please go do that.
iTunes,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that. So go stream that.
Every music platform. Yeah.
But going into that, like where is the origin of this person that you've
Man.
become? Like where have your travels taken you?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So like I actually kind of got on this journey when I was in college. You
Okay.
know what I mean? So I went to Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, private school, very, um, conservative, if you will. You know what I mean? It's a
Okay.
Christian school, and I studied business there and entrepreneurship. So, like, one thing about it is my dad is an entrepreneur. My mom, very sales oriented and
Hmm.
strong businesswoman as well. So, I've always seen people in my life that have exemplified this kind of lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And so when I was like, even in like high school, I had business. And so when I went to college, what happened was is I started a barber shop
Okay.
actually because like I was cutting hair and stuff like that for friends, and I was like, you know what, like I don't want to work for nobody. I really like just despise like working for people. I was like, I want to have my own thing,
Hmm.
be my own boss, do my own thing. And I was doing some modeling and things like that at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start this barber shop. I started that up. That was going really well, and I kind of utilized that project as my senior paper. So
Okay.
out of that, I'm doing some modeling. I started a fashion blog called The Upper Echelon with a buddy of mine. And basically, we're getting like all this free gear from designers. They're sending us free stuff all the time. We're like, man,
Hmm.
this is kind of tight, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they want to, showcase to our audience.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, this is what's up. I like this. I'm gonna keep that going. So I keep the blog moving. My followers are like, yo, you should start your own collection. At that point in time, I'm like, man, maybe I could do a little something. So I like start doing like just some regular T-shirts. And initially, the brand was just called Plumage. And what it, represented was really the fact that like the peacock, and that's the logo. The peacock is representative of like kind of how humans operate with fashion, comparison to birds with their feathers.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? The peacock will show its feathers in all its glory to get the attention of the the female, right? Or birds in general do this, right? And so I'm thinking, I'm like, oh well, don't we do the same thing in fashion? We
Right.
dress
Right.
ourselves accordingly, so that way not only just from the opposite sex or whatever, but just period. We want to look a particular way. We want to make a certain appeal to the people
An
that
impression also, yeah,
exactly,
absolutely.
exactly. So that was kind of the origins of the line. The first little collection that I did sold out immediately, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually sit here and do a full-fledged deal. What ends up happening is I do this program called Students in Free Enterprise.
Hmm.
We basically do these speeches and stuff like that to Fortune 500 CEOs, telling about what our school has done to help the world in various ways.
Okay.
So I end up with like just crazy amount of job offers out of this, and then a feature in Fortune magazine with Brian Cornell, who now is the CEO of Target.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
we're sitting there, and I'm doing that. I'm like, man, this is crazy. This is super dope. I turned down all the job offers because I still want to work for myself. I don't want to work for somebody. On the back end, Nestle Corporation comes in and they're like, yo, we can offer you a situation whereby you can, there's going to be flexibility and freedom and things like that. You work from home and do your thing, but we'll still give you all the same benefits and salaries and all this. And at the time, I wanted to start that collection, the full collection.
Right.
So I was
right.
like, okay, I need the money to do that. Also, simultaneously, a buddy of mine, Brian Davis, we actually were like realizing that when we were traveling, we didn't know which one of our friends from college and high school lived in different areas, different cities. And so I was like, this is a problem. Like, I don't want to go through Facebook and scroll and see who lives
Is
each
where,
place.
right.
So I was like, I'm going to start this project up. So we basically created this app called Friendect. And it basically tells you which of your friends are nearby so you don't miss out on serendipitous moments and hangouts and things like that. So once we did that, We did a launch conference out in San Francisco. Got it out in beta. Had some investors in Microsoft, different people. We took Microsoft's deal to do some server space. And basically, we get that out there. Users come on board and are liking the product. Facebook comes out with like a competitor product that they kind of forced their users to have at the time, and so it kind of just put a crimp in the whole plan.
Right.
We end up having to divert and go a different route. Now, out of that, various business around the area, from the coast and even here in Denver, were like, "Hey, who does all your photography? Who does all your video? Who does your website?" I was like, I do it all myself, because I like hit up buddies of mine and I was like, yo, can y'all teach me how to do this? I don't want to pay people to do this, because I'm like a person where I'm like, if I can do it,
Be hands-on.
I want to do it.
Become the one-stop shop, really.
Exactly. So they taught me some skills, some buddies of mine out in LA. And basically, I start the company Luxpiration out of that, because I kept getting all these gigs on the weekends. And I'm like, man, I need a way to be able to somehow house all this stuff I'm doing. And from there, that's kind of how the brand, the Luxpiration stuff, got started. And
wow,
that brings me to today, man.
Talking about a life journey, and now you find yourself in Denver.
That's it.
Ready to write one up to the history books and put your name up there. So super excited for that. Let's jump back to this track real quick. We'll listen to this track real quick, and we'll jump right back into a conversation with Justin Great. Pops Radio. Stay tuned. Cheer. Yeah. Pops Radio, mymetmedia.com/listen. This is Pops, DJ Bomaye. Still got Justin Great here in the studio with me. We are always locked and loaded. Man, it's obviously... It's been a great conversation, and I know there's more and much more to come for the new year. But before I let you get out of here, just please give people the juices, the extra meatiness of the soup. So we got January 19th. Is the event taking place?
That's the event, man. Everybody in Denver, man, come through. You know what I mean? If you are nearby, this is gonna be it, man. We're gonna turn up together. Really, I just want to bring the whole city together, on some creative stuff. You know what I mean? If you're somebody that's interested, you don't got to be a person of fashion or whatever, but if you're just a creative, man, just come out and enjoy and hang out with some cool people.
Absolutely. You know the motto over here at Pops Radio, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace, love, and prosperity. And we out here just, sharing the vibes and then letting people shine at the highest platform.
And by the way, too, I didn't even say the place, but it's going to be at Urban Coffee.
Okay.
Urban Mix, excuse me.
Urban Mix.
Urban Mix Coffee House, man. They got a lovely space, real modern, sleek look that's going to fit the aesthetic of the brand, I think. And so come through over there. It's in Lodo. Everybody just come out, man. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. And as far as where people can find your info and follow up with you, where can they go do
so you can go to the website, justingreat.com.
Okay.
Or either, stay in tune with my social media, Justin_Great. Or either the brand itself, and that's going to be at Justin Great Plumage.
Okay.
Yeah. So either one of those, you'll be in good shape to find out all the information as to what's going on, the new happenings, and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, and then quickly, where can they also find info as far as the corporate side of things that you're partaking in?
Okay. So So for Luxpiration, if you are needing any creative needs, so whether that be photography, video, web, graphic design, architectural design I'm doing, just different things like that, luxpiration.com.
Absolutely.
So LUXPIRATION. So Luxpiration, luxury inspiration.
There you got it, man. It's been a great conversation, no pun intended. Man, I wish you that I like to end my year by doing one thing, and just showering people with their flowers while they're alive.
No,
so
I
wish you,
appreciate that,
I wish you a
man.
lot of greatness
I
on this
appreciate all the
upcoming
support.
year.
Yeah.
And just keep your vision straight. I noticed that in your music you make it a point not to curse.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is very which speaks also highly
Yeah.
about your background and stuff.
Yeah,
so
man.
I think all of those things tie in. So
Yeah.
great moments and great conversation upon you, my friend. And I appreciate you.
All
man.
the love, man. Appreciate you, man. for
Before I
having me.
let you go, I know you left me with something. We got a track that you want to play,
Yeah.
so you want to tell people a little bit about that?
So we got on the new album here is about to drop. There's gonna be the lead single. It's called Cha-Ching, and it's basically like no hook to the song. It's just like me flowing, and I'm just basically trying to showcase like, yo, look, I'm nice with it on this mic too. You know, I can do
Alright.
these beats and stuff, but you know, I'm really nice with it on the flow too. So one thing I always do pretty much is produce every track, master, mix everything on all my records. And this is one of them ones where yes, I'm doing that, but I wanted to showcase the flow.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well, there you have it, man. Great
Yeah.
time, great conversation. You know the motto over here: peace, love, prosperity. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Pops Radio. Mikobi, aka Bomaye, and this was Justin Great. Cheer.
Yeah, who that? Please check my stats. Jada Great is back. Alright. Stacking up all these racks. Outfit black upon black. My swag they all try to jack. When you bossing, that's just a fact. Ain't no need to react. Relaxing all in my flat. When you on your way to the top, that's when girls try to attach. I ain't like no match,